He died alone in a hotel room, 2 years of unpaid rent on his account, surviving on warm milk and honey. The FBI was at his door within hours. His papers classified. His estate nothing. This is how the man who invented the electrical grid that powers the modern world ended his life. Nikola Tesla arrived in New York in 1884 with 4 cents in his pocket, a letter of introduction, and a mind unlike anything the world had encountered. He briefly worked for Thomas Edison. They fell out over money, over ideas, over the fundamental question of whose vision of electricity would power civilization. Edison backed direct current. Tesla, working with George Westinghouse, backed alternating current. The war of currents ran through the late 1880s. Tesla won. Every electrical outlet in the world is a monument to his patents. But Tesla had sold those patents to Westinghouse for a flat fee, forfeiting the royalties that would have made him extraordinarily wealthy, because he liked Westinghouse and didn't want to see the company fail. He gave away the fortune that should have been his. By 1900, he was chasing something grander, Wardenclyffe Tower, a massive transmission station on Long Island he believed could send both power and information around the globe wirelessly. J.P. Morgan funded it. Then Morgan pulled the funding. He had realized there was no way to put a meter on wirelessly transmitted electricity. No meter meant no revenue. No revenue meant no Morgan. Wardenclyffe was demolished in 1917. Tesla never recovered, financially or emotionally. He spent his last decade in room 3327 of the Hotel New Yorker, running up debts his faded reputation barely kept at bay. He still published. He still filed patents. He claimed to have invented a death ray. He claimed to have received signals from extraterrestrials. The newspapers that once called him a wizard started writing about him as a curiosity. Every afternoon, he walked to Bryant Park and fed the pigeons. He spent his own money on veterinary care for injured birds. One pigeon in particular, pure white, a female, he described in terms of absolute devotion. He said she came to him, that they communicated, that she was the great love of his later life. When she died, he told an interviewer, "My life's work was finished." She died in 1937. He died in 1943, 6 years of momentum. Thomas Edison, who had stolen his ideas, undercut his work, and done everything in his power to destroy him financially, died in 1931, a celebrated national hero. State funeral, presidential tribute, a nation mourning. 12 years later, Tesla died alone in a hotel room, and the government took his papers before his body was cold. Every time you flip a light switch, you are using his invention. He never knew you would.